and welcome along to another episode of the Offload, episode 50, Donick. Who would have thought?
5-0, Tommy, we made it.
50?
It doesn't have the same ring off it for you than 10.
No, it does not, to be fair.
Yeah.
Hey, who would have thought we're going to be making it? Thank you so much to all the viewers. I mean, we've been blown away with the amount of people who listen every week as well. And we just thought this was going to start off around the rugby season. But we've gone a lot longer, the rugby season. Jeez, we played a long season, Donick, about 50 weeks.
Well, you're right. Listen, we're thankful that people have listened to us for 50 episodes, but we're not hiding away from the fact that the rugby season is an absolute joke shop that it goes on for 50 weeks, isn't it, to be fair? And we didn't want to cut short. We especially didn't want to hang up the boots and call it time before the Women's World Cup. It was important to the two of us that we stayed on for that. But like, we're rolling in now. The Prem gets going. The top 14 is already going. I think us being at episode 50 highlights the fact that the rugby season is an absolute joke shop. Too long.
It is too long. God help
long.
the poor player. Well, like the Lions they only finished up a couple of weeks ago as well. But listen, I really appreciate, we both really appreciate everybody listening in. So thank you so much for being a part of the Offload and getting in touch with so many messages as well. I have to say, I've been up the walls, man, this week.
Yes, you were Plowing bound. Is that right, Tommy?
Have you ever been?
I've been to the Plowing, yes. And you met my nieces and nephews. They sent me on photos of with you.
Did I? Oh, I did. Jeez, he's a big lump, isn't he? He's no Callahan, that fella.
He's a second. Oh, did you see the arse in him?
Yeah. He's a hell of an... And I wasn't looking at him from behind there. I saw him coming at me.
You're in the Plowing, so it's okay to kind of actually size things up. That's what you do with a heifer or a calf or whatever it is. You'd be like, geez, yeah, good arse in that.
He was a prize bull, that fella, when he came at me.
He absolutely was.
But, geez, it's some setup, isn't it?
It's incredible.
We were there. I was there flogging the skincare stuff, which we'll
course you were.
Interview, of course, flogging something. But it's my first time being there. So I've done Ireland AM in the mornings, and then I go down there in the afternoon. I just can't get over the amount of people. It's just insane. Yeah. And everyone is like, they are the soundest of people. People who go to the Plowing are the best of people, aren't they?
Without doubt. And sometimes it annoys me and it galls me a little bit, this kind of tick the box. We're at the Plowing because that's where those type of people are. You know what I mean? Tap into those people all the time, man, because that's real us, man. That's real Ireland. That's true to us.
Do you know what I'm loving? Particularly Jim Gavin, of course, the presidential hopeful, the Dublin head coach. I mean, I don't think I've ever heard a man who's never left the confines of Dublin. Yeah. And now he's full rural. He's got the welly boots on. He's in there judging the cattle. He's there. That's a fine heifer over there, isn't it?
He's there with an Offaly jersey on, going Offaly for Sam. It's amazing what they do. But man, all the stuff around the place, the machinery, all that kind of part. I actually was laughing at you, Tommy. Like, two things we know about the Plowing: bring your wellies, like, you know what I mean. It is, as well as it is managed and stuff like that, but you're going to be traipsing around in the mud, like you really are. But also, things need to be nailed down. And I'm not talking about quick hands. I'm chatting about, it is so windy there. And then I saw you brought this, like, inflatable tent. You clown.
We ordered this huge... we ordered this inflatable tent, thinking and it looks class.
It looks class.
But obviously, whenever you're looking, do you know, whenever you go on to online and you do the drop down menu and it has like 14 by 12 and 10 by 3, you know, like, you don't really think, you don't
really measure things.
We didn't have the measuring tape out, so I think it must have said 23 foot, right? So we're thinking 23, and I'm kind of measuring it out with our hands.
God, this is like Dougal. You're there. Well, I'm 6 foot, so it's not that big.
It's 7 meters high, Donica.
Oh,
that's higher than a 2-story house.
I'm sorry, just give us context. It's fully inflatable.
Inflatable. And you get one of these inflator things that you get with little like a kid's one of the kids' paddling pools.
Yeah.
Do you mean
like
it's a paddling pool thing to go and clip onto this? And it's so it's 7 foot wide. It's 7 foot cube, pretty much. Wow. It is a monster. But the problem is it has a big door at the front of it. So if the wind catches a hold of it, I swear to God, if I can I was just thinking, if I can get through this week without hitting the 6-1 use for a flying flow by Tommy Bow inflatable tent going right across the top
What,
of the Plowing
what
Championships.
happened,
Oh,
Jim Gavin? He got taken out by a Tommy Bow inflatable
no
house.
joke, man. It stayed, and it was so busy. There were so many people there as well. So anyway, the wind picked up on day 2, and we had to actually take the wind out of it. So blow by Bow is gone. So it's actually it got deflated.
Non-flowing bow.
It had to be deflated. Yeah.
So
So
hold
that was a
on
bit of a
then.
shocker.
You've no shop for like doing your
No,
stuff.
no. Got it back up again on Thursday, but unfortunately,
Oh, you
it was.
gobshite.
But it was. Listen, it was great crack. We live and
Can I-
learn. You
you
learn
live and
from your
learn.
mistakes.
That honestly, the David Wallace classic: live, learn, forget. Live, learn, forget. So true when it comes to us. Oh, that's classic. Can I ask, what are you going to do with that? Did you watch Clarkson's Farm where he
Yeah.
used the tent in his pub?
I did.
Is there something can you use that out the back as a
right. It's
kids' entertainment area?
It's 7 foot by 7 foot by 7 foot. Right. It's full of air. We thought, it'd be grand. the weight of it's insane. I mean, you're talking at least 200 kilos.
Oh, wow.
On a pallet.
It's up on Dundee if anyone's looking for it.
It's still at the Plowing Championships. We just figured, you can leave this till next year, can't you? If I just keep this exact same
It's like
pace.
electric picnic. Just walk off, leave the tent. I know you're not meant to do it, but everyone does.
No, you just deflate it, and then we're there. So obviously it turned up when it was delivered, vacuum packed. So I mean, it's so compact and small. But us trying to deflate and pack it, listen, it's still there. We're still working out what to do with it.
Brilliant.
So if anybody wants a tent for the back garden, you're more than welcome.
Actually,
Get in touch.
Or even better, we're going to put a photo of it up on our different socials and stuff like that. If you can think of something useful to do with it, we're all ears. Because we know it's not fit for purpose. Brilliant,
geez,
Tommy.
it was
Only
some
you,
crack.
man.
But
Only
literally,
you.
day 1, it inflated, and we were literally holding onto it, think this is grand. And next thing you know, a bit of a gust of wind came, so about 6 people had to come and grab it and hold onto it to pull it down.
Way.
And then we ended up having to go off and buy straps, buy pins to put it into the ground. We just were unprepared for this. But
Yeah. But it just sums up the culture, the city slicker you are to go to the Plowing with an inflatable. You know what I mean? Absolute fucking idiot.
Hey, listen, there's lots of tents like ours, maybe not to that same size, that have big rips and stuff in it, but it did the job and stuff sold well. Everybody's in great form, and actually, I just love the Plowing. Can't wait to go back again next year. Any crack with you? What have you been up to?
Not a whole lot. I was looking for a few stories that I could keep you entertained with, Tommy, and I saw one that I thought, this is right up Tommy's alley, because we've talked about it a number of times when you've run off with different things with Tomás O'Leary and fines money and stuff like this. So I thought you'd get a giggle that there's 3 Austrian nuns have basically fled their care home and they've gone back to their old convict. They've broke back into their old convict. They got a locksmith.
Not their convict, their convent.
Convent. Sorry.
They are convicted, but they come back to the convent.
Well, it feels like prison. The nursing home feels like prison for them. So basically, what happened was their old place wasn't fit for purpose, they felt, anymore. It was time to move them out of it. And they basically went to the nursing home for a while and weren't feeling it. It wasn't their vibe. They're different ages. They're between 82 and 88. And they basically, they've gone back and they've asked for people's help with different things. So the water and the electricity were turned off. And people have, one, helped them get in. So they've got a locksmith to reopen the doors. And they've got people to turn on the water, turn back on the electricity. And they're basically being kind of looked after by the support of good-willing people that are around the place, looking out for them with food and different things like that.
Where is this?
Austria.
Because I've got a good tent going if they're looking for somewhere to stay.
Brilliant. The Austrian nuns in the tent.
Flow by bow tent. That'd be perfect for them. You get your heating and everything into it sorted, as long as it's not too windy over there. The story you sent on to me, I was in the middle of the chaos down. at the Ploughing, and you sent me this story about the World Stone Skimming Championships have been,
Yes.
and I love this, it's been rocked.
It's been
Love that.
absolutely
The pun.
rocked.
Rocked by scandal. So I was looking into, so there's 2,200 people take part in the World Stone Skimming competition. I mean, listen, we're meant to be talking about rugby, but this
No,
is the
don't worry
random
about the
shit you
rugby.
get in
This
one.
rugby isn't important at the moment. This is where we're at.
17 countries, 2,200 people taking part in skimming stones.
27 countries. Did you say that? You've got it slightly wrong.
Oh, it's a 27, right?
27.
Jeez.
And to be fair, you know, it's a fan favourite in rugby. You know, budgie smugglers that kind of an awful lot of the Aussie and South Sea
Yeah.
Island lads wear. The
Right.
Aussies, the team of 3 Aussies, they skim their stones in budgie smugglers and nothing else in the middle of Scotland. So it's been going on. Basically, this is an old quarry, right? Where back in 1881, it got flooded. And basically, this water has remained. So in the old quarry, you pick up your stones and you skim them. So and then they check out who's the world champion. Now, it's not on how many skims you get; it's distance. You know what I mean?
Right, is it? Okay,
Yeah.
so it's not like but how do they measure this distance now? Say is it from the first skim, or is it?
It has to have it. So the stone has to reappear 3 times. So you have to. It has to bunks or come up twice. And then it measures the distance. So they have, like, you know, the way you might see them at sea for people, sea swimmers, that they know it's 1K away. Well, they've got it pretty much marked out to, I think, nearly 300 meters. And I think it was won this year by someone that was actually managed to throw it between skims, and where it finished was at 170 meters. Quite
Shut
impressive.
up.
Yeah, with a stone.
No way. Where's he from?
He is English, I think, and he was competing with a sore thumb. For good on him. Yeah, I wish I'd fact it. I'm sorry.
How did we make it
apologies.
to episode 50?
Here, Jonathan Jennings is our world champion of skimming stones. He's America's first winner, and his distance was 177 meters. Good on you, Jonathan.
Wow.
Congratulations.
Well, the reason, though, it was rocked by scandal, though.
Rocked.
So you have to pick up, like, the stones around there. So it's naturally occurring island slate.
Well done.
But the judges noticed that there was something suspiciously circular with them, right? And then I love this as well, that each stone has to be tested with their ring of truth.
You've nailed it. So basically, for you to skim the stone, you can pick whatever shape or size you want. It just needs to go through the ring of truth. So basically, you walk up, you pick 3 stones, you're allowed to throw them, put them through the ring of truth, and then skim them to see how far you went. But
am I allowed to bring stones from home?
No.
Like, am I allowed to bring an Irish stone?
No, you're not. You're only allowed, and that's part of the competition, because it's in an old quarry, you pick, and it's slate, you pick up the slate. So
what's the suspicious wrong? Where did they get these ones that they're suspicious about?
I think they're suspicious because they were rounded.
Oh,
Do
right.
you know what I mean? They're
So
perfectly...
they definitely pulled them out of the pocket.
Well,
Pocket jobs.
worse, they got there early, picked out 3 bits of lovely slate, and then rounded them off, knowing that it would fit through the what's it called? The ring of truth.
Ring of truth.
But yeah,
very
so
good.
basically it was caught, it was called out by what is called the Tossmaster. This Dr. Matthews is his name. He spotted the people that had been cheating with the ring of truth and basically called it out and said it's not good enough.
Not good enough.
Not good
Okay.
enough.
Well, listen, John Jennings, congratulations on
well
winning
done.
the World Stone Skimming Championships. Here, we should take the offload to that next year.
Done.
Brilliant. Love it. Very good. We should probably get into a bit of rugby now. What do you think?
Yeah, let's chat.
Okay, before we do that, let's take a listen to these. Thank you so much for listening to the Offload podcast. We would love if you joined us in the dressing room. Every Tuesday night, you'll get the opportunity to get exclusive content. We'll have no adverts, and you get into the draw to win some badly needed and much loved rugby tickets.
You're not wrong, Tommy. There you go. Step into the dressing room. Head to offloadpodcast.com. That's offloadpodcast.com. And for €6 a month, you could join us in the dressing room. We'd love to answer your questions.
We sure would. You putting the boots on?
Let's go, Tommy. Let's talk out.
Here we've managed to nail the ads for once.
I know.
Thank you
Yeah.
so much for listening. Fair play.
The people listening kind of going, "Oh, for crying out loud, lads! You're in the middle of a story, and then all of a sudden, Flow by Bo comes on."
Here, right, we need to talk about serious rugby matters. The Women's Rugby World Cup came to an end for the Irish women's team. Listen, what a match. Ireland went into that. They'd only beaten the French 3 times in their last 3 outings against them. They were going in there with, I think the bookies had given France a 20-point head start on it. But for Ireland to lose out 18-13 in the quarterfinal, another World Cup quarterfinal exit for Ireland. And I actually felt so gutted for the girls. Jeez, they gave it absolutely everything.
Yeah, agreed. I think we know that suffering that our sisters are going through at the moment. You know what I mean? Leaving at quarterfinal exit stage is frustrating. Of course, there's parts in the game that, you know, they'll look back at, and especially when you play in Exeter, that pitch over there, you have to know how to navigate it. And we'll all chat about that 5 minutes before halftime where they really needed to probably, like 3 scores makes that a different game, Tommy, doesn't it?
Massively. Like that, those 5 minutes are what, 30 odd phases just before halftime. And so Ireland had the wind in that first half, and that makes such a difference, particularly on the conditions like it was, because you can see France just could not get out of their own half.
No, they
and
couldn't.
Ireland going in at 13-0 at halftime. If that was 20-0, that's a hell of a mountain to climb for the French.
Absolutely.
So and you could see the French even coming in at halftime buoyed by keeping that resistance out from Ireland.
Agreed. And the thing is, then you can not change the game plan, but tweak it. And you actually, it's kind of called scoreboard pressure, that and even clock pressure. You can use up the time. You know what I mean? The longer you just get through 5 minutes where they haven't scored and they know they need to score 3 more times. It's just makes it totally different. But I must say, I'm really disappointed. And I know we're going to touch on it, but I can't believe the lack of media attention and furore and disappointment around the whole biting incident.
Oh, hold on. Before we get to that, right? Okay, right. The biting incident. Yes.
No, I think it's the most important thing, Tommy. I think it is the greatest injustice in sports since Terry Henry. I really do. Like we were 13 points up. They go down to 14 for the rest of the game, and for the act it was. Like if you watch the South Africa game, right? Brilliant score, called back by the TMO because the scrum half knocked it on where no one could see it. And here we get multiple angles. We get Sam Monaghan going up and saying to the referee, and there needs to be, like, I think there's words on the pitch that referees have to treat differently. And one of my players have been bitten. That should just send out, okay, let's slow everything down here now and make the right decision. And I just think the injustice of it, I don't think everyone's given it the gallant Irish went out. Like, they go down to 14 there, man. We win that game. And I actually think it's bullshit that I understand the girls can't complain, the coaches can't complain, the RFU, but I think the lack of media grabbing onto it going, sorry, this is fucking a joke shop is quite appalling.
I think there's 2 things around this, right? So it was the French back rower, Axel Berth-Omieux, I think it is. She's then received a 12-match ban for it. That has been reduced to 9 matches just because she apologized, which is, in what my thoughts are, ridiculous. I watched the match. I don't think you could clearly see a bite, though. Could you see a clear bite at the time?
Not on the time, but that's my point. Sorry, Tommy, hold on, right? I'm just going to go back to the Terry Henry one, right? We didn't see that because we didn't have VAR. What have the 2 of us been complaining most weeks about? What has ruined rugby at the moment? The stop-start nature of it.
The TMO going back, looking at things over and over again. But the referee, right? So Sam Monaghan, the Irish captain, went to the referee and said, my player, Aoife Wafer, has been bitten, right? I thought the referee did the right thing. The referee said, okay, we'll play on, but the TMO is going to look at it.
I disagree. I think with something that severe, right? I think the referee needs to change the approach. She needs to go, hold up here
Where
for
do you go? Like, how do you look? Where do you look for?
No,
I mean, the
no.
TMO, her job is to keep the game going. It's the
No,
TMO's
but
decision
hold
to go
on,
back and review the
Tommy.
footage.
We haven't been keeping the game going since TMOs came in. And here's the most important decision. Like we're chatting about, like, you know what I mean, getting more kids playing the game. We're chatting about asking parents to bring their kids. We're showing them then images of players being bitten. Like, we need to actually stamp it out so that straight away the consequences are visible for everyone. You know what I
I
mean?
agree. I agree. But right. I don't think now I haven't seen a clear video evidence of the bite. I've seen loads of photographs. Well, I've only really seen this one photograph that is a very clear. It looks like she's grabbing Aoife Wafer's wrist, and you can see her mouth on the arm, right? But I gather, listening to what the judging panel talked about in terms of reducing her ban, that she tapped her arm once, tapped her arm twice to get away, and then bit it. It's absolutely ridiculous that a biting incident went on, happened in a match, and she should be getting a 12-week ban. And the fact it's reduced to
But
9
sorry,
just for apology. But I like, we give out all the time about the TMO going back and looking at incidents, slowing down the game, having to rewind it. So they're going to be sitting back waiting for 3, 4, 5 minutes waiting for this. Where
bullshit,
the
Tommy.
TMO didn't find the TMO looked, he couldn't find it.
I totally disagree with you, right? Because this is worth. If this takes 10 minutes to solve, it's worth
Get
it.
out of it.
No, 100%. Like,
Well, the TMO
genuine.
looked and he couldn't find it.
But how come everyone else can find this image?
Because it found it on photograph.
Yeah, but my point is that this has been the problem with the TMO all the time. And there is footage of it. It's just they don't look in the right places. It's been a frustration. Like, if you look at even that first half, that went on 60 minutes. You know what I mean? The refereeing standards,
Exactly.
for me, genuinely not good enough. But I think there are moments in games, and biting is one of them, that is worth actually highlighting, bringing to attention, because the consequences, not only for that match, like, you know what I mean? Like, we go out of a World Cup semi-final as a
Quarterfinal.
result of that. I genuinely, I think we win the game. They go down to 14. But like, what's the average? 10 minutes in the sin binning costs you in around 6 points. You know what I mean?
Listen, if it was a guaranteed bite, which we can see after the match, it is. But
Tommy,
and that's hindsight. I know, I understand, and I can imagine the girls are devastated by this. But I think that the TMO was made aware of it, and the TMO looked to try and find it, couldn't find it, and gameplay on. We'll look at it after the match.
But then,
and it's unfair. I do hear you.
No,
But if they
agreed.
don't have the footage of it, what more do you want them to do?
But then maybe, right, what I want then from it is a process that goes on, right? So straight away the referee goes, listen, we don't deal with stuff like that. We don't deal with biting. That goes to hearings. So copy rugby league. Like, we have this up our own ass in rugby union that we're not willing to learn for teams that actually are from sports that do it really well. Rugby league put things on a report, or they have a captain's challenge. And that's exactly what Sam Monaghan needed in that moment. Like, Tommy, I've been bitten in a match. You can visibly see it. And that might be all the referee needs. Like, in my case, you could only see the bottom impression because of a gum shield. You know what I mean? So then it's up to the referee.
And what happened then?
What happened?
When
There was a sighting afterwards. There was nothing again on the pitch. Look, I actually don't want to bring it down into that side. I actually want to kind of make the point of, I think,
you have to learn. I think the captain's challenge is a very good point. So if a captain was to be able to challenge the referee on something and call this as something maybe we need to stop play to go back and look at it, fair enough.
Yeah, and not only that, I just think showing the referee, bringing Aoife over to the referee and saying, look, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's simple as that. Have
and
a look.
Did she do that? No.
I'm not unaware is my point. I just think in the moment, and I feel for referees, because we undermine them so much with all the different sides of it, that it becomes someone else's problem. And what we said in that moment is, this can be a decision made by a committee on Tuesday.
I don't agree. I don't agree.
Well, I
think what you're saying is right.
Those girls have lost the window. They have lost the window of a World Cup semi-final because of a decision like that. And I actually think it is absolute bullshit that people aren't going crazy over.
Well, I think they are going a bit crazy, but I haven't seen footage of it properly, right? I've seen loads of pictures that's clear. It looks like she's been bitten. Aoife Wafer brought it to the attention of her captain. Her captain went to the referee and said, "My player has been bitten." The referee went and alerted it to the TMO. The TMO has got, that's their job, is to go look back over it. Obviously, the TMO, if they saw a clear biting incident, they would have flagged the referee, they would have stopped playing, they would have
But
made
Tommy,
a decision.
genuinely, right? There must be something there, though. Like, how's she after getting 12 weeks reduced down to 9? So they have made the decision,
Yeah.
like on Tuesday, that she was bitten. I'm saying there's nothing wrong in a moment like that to take an extra 5, 10, 15 minutes when it comes to
Ah,
something like
15
genuinely.
minutes, man. I don't
You
know.
know I'm taking the piss on that, but my
But it was
point is,
already 60 minutes the first half. Like,
but
this
yeah,
is
well,
so
hold
many
on.
people are tuning
They've
in to
lost
watch
out in a World
this.
Cup semi-final. Like, who benefit? I'll tell you who benefit. England benefit because that player isn't there. Ireland benefit no end. Like,
No, I know.
if
Well,
we're
that's why
down
she
to,
should have got a bigger ban. 12 weeks, even. Is not like for biting, it's so disgraceful. It
I,
shouldn't be in our sport. But
yeah,
I don't,
but that's, and I think we're in a roundabout way. We're saying that is different, right? That's a foundation rock that has been, honestly carved away at there by doing something like that. That is 100% not acceptable in our game, and
no.
I think it's okay for a referee to say, "Listen, we're taking the time to get this right. Show me Aoife's hand. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Okay, I can
Yeah.
see a bite, and then just chat to the TMO. Okay, what can you see? Take a little bit more time, look back at it. Let's make sure we have all the information. I can clearly see a bite here. You know what I mean?
Okay.
And then make the right decision, as opposed to kicking it off to Tuesday when the girls are sitting on their ass back home after losing out in the dream of being in a World Cup semi-final. I just think the amount of it, and maybe it's because we're sound people. Irish people tend to sure, you know what I mean? It wasn't our day, but fucking we got fucked over there. Absolutely, our
Mm.
girls got.
Yeah, listen, I think to be fair, yeah, I'm coming around to what you're saying. If the referee saw the bite on the arm and said, okay, let's just quickly assess this. Now, I think she did alert it to the TMO. I would imagine the TMO did look back at it a number of times, couldn't see it, therefore didn't bring it back up to the referee. And then that's why it's been pushed on to the citing committee. And listen, and it's heartbreaking to happen in a World Cup. If France went down to 14 players for the rest of that game, yeah, you're absolutely right. I think that Ireland probably
World
could have and
Rugby,
should have won it.
World Rugby need to make a decision. One, empower the ref to make the decision. Actually back them.
They
Back.
are,
No,
they
no,
are. The
they're not.
referee, they're trying to
Tommy,
take
they're
stuff
not.
off the
Or else,
referee.
or else, copy rugby league and put it on a report. Basically,
Yeah,
the
I like
referee
that.
says, I've nothing to do with it. It's for someone else to sort out.
But
Move
they
it
put
on.
it on the TMO. The TMO, that's their job. Take it off the referee. It's on the TMO. The match official, the third match official, that's your job. And that's what we give out about all the time because the TMO gets too involved in the game and it wrecks my head.
But
As you say, that first half went on for 60 minutes.
but
It was ridiculous.
Tommy, the only time we needed the TMO, and for the most important time, man, for the values of our game, man,
Yeah,
that
yeah.
is unacceptable to
There
do
you go.
something like that to a person.
Exactly. And there you go. It's another instance of the TMO not working.
Yeah. It
For,
honestly pushes
they're
my
picking.
buttons. And I am disappointed, though. I am disappointed that we're kind of like, oh, that's the way it goes sometimes. Because I feel for the girls there, genuinely, we know the work that goes in to try to make it to that point, right?
Oh, listen, big
And,
time.
and I know from the management and the RFU, they cannot say it. You know what I mean? But I honestly think there's an
Right.
onus
Come
on
on.
the.
We've done it. We've talked with this. There we go. Right. Next
I'll,
part of this. I hear you. Like, what do you want?
yeah, yeah.
You've said it, right?
Right. Done.
Uh, the last play of the game, a line out, 5 meters out from the French line.
The
The
knock on.
ball gets thrown in and the French player knocks it on.
Mm.
That's not like that. Could you say that's a deliberate knock on? Should that not be a penalty? Is
Yeah.
that really an appropriate way to finish a game?
Yeah.
Because realistically, France could have just gone up and tried to knock it on, which
100%.
and all of a sudden that's game over. So
Yeah.
that's a deliberate foul, which
Yeah.
should have been a penalty. And I actually think the way the game ended was a real disgrace as well because Ireland threw the ball into the line out. France just knocked it on and game over.
Mm.
Like, it should have been a penalty, and Ireland should have been given another opportunity.
But it shows the indiscipline of that French team. Like they had 18 penalties at a point. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They had they 3 yellow cards? Was it in around that?
It was
Jason
the
might,
first half anyway, yeah.
and they should have had a red. You know what I mean? It's just
Anyway, listen, they got the job done, which unfortunately meant Ireland to be knocked out again in another quarter final, and they did have every opportunity to win that, and they'd be heartbroken. You could see that with the interviews after. Listen, England are going to be playing against France in the semi-finals. It's going to be New Zealand against Canada in the other semi-finals. So, to be fair, it's pretty top quality rugby and through to the knockout stages of the competition, which is
absolutely.
great to see.
And I do think it'll make a gear change now as well, in terms of these are probably the 4 teams, with maybe Canada as the exception. They've gone off and crowdfunded themselves to this point. But I suppose the other teams have been backed by their unions for quite some time. So, you know what I mean? The legacy and the skill set, I think we could see, you know what I mean, being quite incredible. There should be
That'd
2
be
incredible
brilliant.
semi-finals.
Going to be huge crowds at it as well. So that's going to be fantastic. Let's talk about Super Rugby as well. Fucking hell, Australia
It's
are
on,
top of the
boy.
pile still. It's
Yeah.
pretty good, isn't it?
No, the Lions tour wasn't that bad after all, Tommy, was it?
Well done, Joe Schmidt. Do you know who I feel sorry for about this whole thing?
Go on.
Les Kiss. Les
Oh,
Kiss
yes.
thought he was going to be taking over the Wallabies, thinking, we're rock bottom, we lose to the Lions, we're grand.
Yeah.
He's now going to be inheriting an Australian team that, geez, there's a lot of expectation against them. So Australia, obviously, last weekend lost out to Argentina. But, geez, they were unbelievable in the comeback in that game. They were so far behind to come back and lose by 2 points. An unbelievable opportunity to win that. And then South Africa, a record score against New Zealand away from
Thumped them.
home.
Yeah, in Wellington as well. And there's a lot of cries in New Zealand about not playing test matches in Wellington again. 2 of us we play there, man. I can see why they wouldn't want to play there. If
The cake tin.
the cake tin. If you ask me, honestly, genuinely, hardest venues to actually navigate, because it does this swirling wind, isn't it?
Were you there for the match? It was the coldest game of rugby
Coldest
I've
ever.
ever played in my life.
Do you remember if players went straight into the showers, fully kitted in the showers, shivering after the game?
I remember they used to bring in like food after the match, and there would be like pizzas in like little mini ovens and stuff. We literally opened up the little mini ovens. I just stood in front of it in all my gear. But before that game, so it was Ireland against New Zealand, must have been about 2012 or 13, whatever else. And Michael Bradley was the head coach.
Yes,
and
good
he
old
kinda said-
Brad.
He's like, boys, you're going to do the Cork accent better than me. There's a cold front coming in.
No, do it in the Cork accent, Tommy. Come on, please.
There's
Go
a
on.
cold front coming in from the Antarctic, and it's expected to get really cold tonight. So he says, if you got thermals, you got anything else, make sure you take it with you. So I was thinking, Grant, used to the cold weather. Listen, I'd be wearing the thermals and stuff anyway. So I went out for the warm up, and it was really mild. I was there, full gear on, tracksuit top, tracksuit bottoms, thermals, gloves, hat, the whole lot. I was ready for Antarctic weather. Did the warm up, and I was thinking, geez, this isn't too bad. And about like the last 5 minutes of the warm up, it just started to rain. And then it did not stop raining the whole game. And then this cold front came in.
Yeah.
And I was standing on the wing. I mean, it's grand for you where you get to stick your head in between
No, you're
fellas'
right.
arses and
Honestly,
push rucks.
genuinely, yeah.
I was frozen.
Yeah, wow. Because it's a different type of kind of cold there, isn't it? You're right. It's that kind of wind. There's a wind chill that is quite, honestly,
It was horrific.
Do you remember, I think there's a clip of Dricko doing an interview, and he honestly looks like he's one of the lads on, you know that show, The Deadliest Catch, where like, there's like this article. He's like Teresa Mannion trying to do the interview. And he's just clambering away.
Don't go outside! Teresa, I have 10 siblings. We're both there. We're both memes for life. Sorry.
Yeah, but do you know what? I must say, you're right. Joe breathing life into Australia has brought back that what we would have called kind of Tri-Nation Super Rugby, kind of that Southern Hemisphere, obviously Rugby Championship now. It is brilliant. And do you know what? I think, like, we've seen what he's done with Ireland. People now have seen it with Australia, which is quite remarkable. I think Joe Schmidt should turn into this kind of like break in case of emergency around World Rugby. And that, like, right now, maybe just to get him in to consult around Wales. You know what I mean? It's like
Yeah.
you fixed it here, Joe. Now Wales is a bit of a problem. Can you fix that? Joe,
Oh, big time.
we're looking at America in the next Rugby World Cup. Can you make it happen? Just the man's been
Listen,
incredible.
imagine him going to Wales and trying. No, geez, good luck. I mean, I thought Australia was bad. Wales could be even worse. But at the moment, right? So it's Australia, South Africa, New Zealand, Argentina. So the next two matches for Australia, it's in Eden Park in Auckland, obviously the most difficult place to
Yeah,
go to try and
yeah.
beat the All Blacks.
They,
And then the return fixtures in Perth.
wow.
Imagine that. That's going to be a cracker, two
They should try
matches.
to get it moved to Wellington or down to the Ploughing. Either one. Any chance we can move that to Offaly or Wellington and play it in Tommy Bowles' tent?
It's about the right size, I tell you.
Brilliant.
Geez, well, if they want to know where to get a blow up stadium, I'll send you to,
You've got him
to the
covered.
right factory.
You've got him covered. Tommy, I have
Very
to
good.
go. I have to
Loads
pick
of
up the
rugby.
kids. It's grand for you, like, but I'm on a pickup here.
Absolutely. Listen, thanks so much, everybody, for listening again. And sorry
quick one.
to have ranted on about your red card, but we'd love to hear what you think of it as well. Are you on Team Donica or Team Tommy in this? Let the game go.
Yeah. Let the game go is not wrong. Sorry, real quickly, I know I need to leg it and I'm going to get in trouble. I went out to the Munster match. Munster played bad in a pre-season
Go on.
friendly game.
Thanks so much. Like, there's all this amazing rugby and football, and you're going to watch a Munster pre-season friendly.
Dan Kelly has signed from Leicester Tigers. He looks a baller, lads. I'm telling you, Munster Rugby, get excited. What a player.
Good luck. Right.
Slán.
Chat to you later, Dunners.
Look.